Hi, hello. This is Trader McCrum here. I just wanted to make a quick little video to go over scanners, right? Something that you have to have and be using, in my opinion, to be a successful trader. I mean, in a perfect world, we could just follow somebody and make money off them forever. But hey, that person might disappear, and then what are you going to do? You got to have a process. The whole point of being in a trading group is to work with one another, but ultimately be able to be successful on your own. So there's a few scanners out there that, majority of traders do use. There's a wide variety of them. I've used pretty much all of them. And what I'm going to be going over today is just my personal preference. Doesn't mean it's the only way to do it or you have to do it, but hey, you like my trading style, then maybe you want to start with this. So the one I'm going to be talking about is this. It's called Scanz, Scanz. They have a really good platform. They currently are offering a 7-day free trial. And then from there, it ranges between, I think, 170 to like close to $200 a month, depending on what options you want. I have the lighter one. I don't pay for the OTC stuff because I don't trade OTC. So I think I'm right around like 170 or 180 a month. But anyways, I'll throw a link in this video so you guys can get right to it. And then if you do get it, you can watch this video, get kind of some of my settings. But if you want like my layout and exactly what settings I have, just send me a DM after you get it, and I'll be more than happy to send those out to you and how I have it, I have mine configured. So anyways, so what you're going to do, you're going to download the platform to your desktop. It works for, both PC and Apple. But once you get it, you'll open the application, go to your login box and just click launch platform. After that, there's going to be two versions. There's this beta version and the product version. I still use the product version. This beta version's actually been out for a long time. I don't know when they're going to convert to it. I haven't really used it. I think I clicked in it once, but I'm a simple guy. If I find something that works, I just stick with it. So right now I'm just using the production version. So you're going to click launch now. And then from there, let it load. That was, but it'll load up a window like this. This is kind of where you're going to get everything, access to everything from, and kind of build your own layout. I will tell you right away what you need to do is you need to go to the setting tab, and then you need to do this monitor reset. This will force all windows open on your primary monitor. For some reason, if you don't have that open, and you got to check that every time if you want to open up new windows, the windows don't open up. So issue with them or maybe just issue with me. But anyways, make sure you check that. Once you get done going through everything, you can go down here to layouts, and you're just going to like type in your layout name, and then you're going to save it. That way, each day you come in, you open up your Scanz application. You don't have to rebuild and set up all these settings. You can just go right here to your configured layout. I have one here, just main vertical layout, and it'll open up your windows right away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And then we're going to kind of walk through the ones that I use. There's a lot of other stuff. There's alerts, montage charts, level 2. Like I use all that stuff on my broker and my trading platform. So I don't really use it through Scanz. Not saying it's good or bad, but I just don't use it. So let me open this up, and then we'll kind of go through each one of these one by one and kind of my process with using these scanners. So the first one and the most important one, this is why I love Scanz so much, is their news streamer, right? This is very important, especially if you're going to be trying to find your own plays. You have to, this is what's going to tell you kind of what's running and why. If you're just waking up and trying to sit down on your computer and look through a couple, sites and see kind of what's active, you can do that. But, realistically, this is the best way to do it. So as you know, I start my trading day at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. To that 9 a.m. is our pre-market trading time. And that time is all about discovery, right? We're trying to figure out what stocks are going to be the top stocks in the morning that we're going to build a watch list, and then we're going to continue to watch throughout the rest of the trading day. More times, majority of the time, right? Majority of the time, the stocks you find in the morning and that have a valid like press release, a reason why they are moving up on the day are going to be the best plays of the day. Sure. Yes, we can have days where, you have press releases on a few stocks and then all of a sudden at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, something new comes out and that takes the herd and the excitement and people move over there. It happens. But I'm just saying this gives you a starting point, and more times than not than ever, these are the ones to go with. I would say 8 out of 10 times you're going to find the plays from using this type of news streamer. A lot of other scanners don't offer a streamer like this. They may scan the news, but the information that they provide, you have to go on other sites to find it, right? Because as you can see right now, I'm displaying time, which is going to sort in chronological order, the ticker symbol, the float. This is big, right? We like low floats. So a lot of the other scanners, they don't show you floats. So then you have to, click on the news that they bring up. Then you have to go like to websites like FinViz or something like that and discover what size float they are. And it's just a lot of work. And if you're trading these things in the morning, it's all about speed. You have to be fast. So, and then obviously this is last price printed, and then the volume. This is kind of telling you what the current volume is on the stock. Everything's going to start at zero. So, if you're trying to, get in on a play and you're like, oh, it's only got, 90,000 shares traded on it. Well, that's fine. If it just came out with news, it's going to be ramping up from zero, but obviously currently we're at the time I'm recording this video, it's later in the afternoon. So 148,000 is pretty light, but, but anyways, those are just some of the filters that I use in this. And those are all, let me see here. Not that one. Let me see where all right. So yep, up here at the top, the filter, you can filter out like price. Maybe you don't want to see stocks below $1. So you can just go in here and, put $1 in, and maybe you don't want to see stocks above, $5. Maybe that's your trading range that you like. Nothing wrong with it. This is just what works for you. You can sort by this other stuff like volume. I don't really use volume because like I said, everything starts at zero. And I want to see, everything hitting my scanner. And then float, this is big. I have it set from 0 to 50 million. Maybe you say 50 million is too big and you only want to look at low floats, like maybe like, we'll just go like 20 million or lower. And then you just click filter now. And now it's only going to display those stocks in that price range and those float sizes, right? NA is pretty important to have because there's been a lot of those SPAC type of plays and mergers, acquisition plays. So they're going to be listed as NA. But anyways, it's going to sort through that. So it makes life very easily. Let me see here. There should be but not high top panel. You can do this keyword search. I don't do that. So maybe you only want to look at news with FDA results. You can type in FDA and there you are. There's your list of stocks on the day that came out with FDA, but I don't do keyword searches. I just look for the headline and I look for the float size to be good, the price to be good. And then obviously you can click on it. What's cool with this platform is when you click on it, it actually brings the press release up. So instead of going to another third-party website, you can actually read the press release right here and make sure that it's something you like. Because as we know, the headline might be really good. Like it might be, oh, passes trial FDA results, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, that's really positive news. And then all of a sudden you click on it and then you start reading into the body of the press release. And it says like, killed 5 patients out of 10. And, the stock's plummeting where you originally thought it was good. So it's always makes sense to read into the body of this. It's something that's you're going to, get better at figuring out what press releases are better than the others. And then in the education channel, I have that hot keywords to search for press releases. So something you want to study and watch for as these things are railing off. With the news in the morning, you should know news is going to come out every half hour. So when I start trading at 7, that means I'm ready to go by 7. And I'm putting my eyes directly on this scanner at 7 a.m., right? I'm going to watch 7 a.m. The time's going to come out, and then all of a sudden it's going to start railing off, and I'm going to be watching for tickers that I'm familiar with, float sizes I like, press release headlines that I like, and obviously the current price that I like. And I'm going to do that every 30 minutes, 7 a.m., 7:30, 8, 8:30, and 9. And then that's pretty much it. From there, not saying stocks don't release news during the day. They do, but majority of the time on my monitor, I'll just kind of make this a little bit smaller. I don't need it taking up as much space. There's other scanners that I use, which I'll show you here in a second, that are going to give me better information than what this is going to do for the rest of the day. So like I said, this is a big tool to use from 7 to 9. And then once again, from 4 to however late you trade. I only trade till 4:30, 5 o'clock if I'm still around my computer. I don't really see much activity after that. So that's News Streamer. So you can place that on your screen, build it out however you want. But it's pretty easy to use. You can move this stuff around if you want last over here or whatever. It's pretty simple platform to use. So from there, let's move on to the gainers list. This is really big. A lot of brokers offer it, so you might be able to see that, or just use it out of your broker. But what I like with this one compared to, the standard ones you can find on online or your brokers is the data and the information that we can display, right? Everything's all in one place. And once again, it comes down to speed, right? You don't want to see a ticker moving up on the gainers list and all you have is the name, percentage that it's up, and the price. This one's nice because we can actually see all that information and things like volume, float, and this insider and institutional percentage of ownership, right? So there's been a lot of, companies that are larger floats, but they have bigger institutional insider ownership, and that locks up a lot of that float and technically makes them a lower float, right? If you do the math, here's 220 mil float, but 43-ish% is locked up. Do the math, it's not 220 mil anymore, right? So that may be, you're like, man, this 220 mil float is really moving easily. Well, why? So this information is really nice. Obviously, when you open this top gainers list, which it's actually called, I think it's under, I think it's just the easy scanner is what it's called. These are not going to be set in here, so you actually need to go up here and you need to okay, there you are. So you right click up here at the top and this insert column will pop up, and this is where you're going to get all to see how much information you can add in here. So maybe you like it, maybe you want to see short interest. I mean, that's a pretty good one to have up. Maybe you want to show dollar amount or what the close was or whatever it is. These are all good things to put on, but as you can see, I only have, I built mine as float, insider, and all that stuff. So you do that from there. If you don't want volume, just right click on it, remove volume. Once again, you can move this stuff around. I have news up here because, once again, I usually like to see why there's a reason why the stock is up. So you can have the news up, you can click on it, and then it brings up the headline right there. And then you can, click on it and read it and some more. So pretty nice feature on this. But anyways, how do I use the top gainers list during the day and in the morning? When I first sit down to my computer, which is well before 7 o'clock, say 6:30-ish, this is the first tool that I'm looking at. Because remember, I'm not looking at the news streamer until 7 a.m. I want to look at this first, and I just want to see what is currently the top 10 stocks that is on the gainers list from, from overnight and from 4 a.m. because keep in mind, markets open at 4 a.m. I don't get up and trade at 4 a.m., but some people may. But anyways, there's some stuff that goes on and you want to look. Right now, there's some reverse split stuff going on. So that's 3,000, 1,800%. These are just reverse split stocks. So, you can filter those out if you want, but these other ones like ADMP, Yell, these are actually legit moves on the day. So what I'll do is if they're at number one, I just load them into my broker and I bring up the chart and I do what? I chart it out. I get areas where it ran, where it has resistance, chart all that stuff out. And then I also check for news. Okay, it's number one gainer. Oh, there is a mark here on the news. Let me click on it. Okay, it had news at 4:30 in the morning. Now I have a reason. Okay, let me do some work. Okay, it's 18 mil float, 1485. Oh man, this is actually locked up quite a bit. So this is probably going to move very easily off from that news. Obviously, if it already popped off the press release, you probably missed that first pop at, we'll just pretend it happened at 5 o'clock in the morning. You weren't at your computer yet, but it's still something where I'm telling you, majority traders are going to be trading from 7 a.m. on. It's still something that you want to be watching when that 7 a.m. time comes. So that's what I do right out of the gate. Look at your gainers list and check things out and make sure that you like the float and price and all that stuff, and just kind of research where why they're up there. There's usually a reason why. Is it a chat room pump? Is it a meme stock? Does it have news? So on and so forth. There's many reasons. Or maybe it was a previous day runner and it's just day 2 continuation, day 3, whatever. But anyways, now how do I use it during the day? Right? Because once again, once we get done with the news thing, I kind of make it smaller, and now I'm watching this. This is one of my main windows after that 9 a.m. because you can start to see stocks climb. You're going to see, okay, these top gainers are staying up there. They're not moving, but all of a sudden we'll just pretend a stock XYZ, you start seeing it up here at position 19, and all of a sudden it's up here at 15, it's at 12, it's at 9. Okay, well, after looking at this enough times, you'd probably be like, oh, dang, XYZ is still moving up. Let me click on it, or let me load it on my broker, and let's see why. Maybe there's some news, you can do the news thing, but you're probably going to see on your chart, okay, it's making some type of move up, and maybe you're interested in trading it. Maybe it's setting up some type of pattern you like, whatever. Maybe it's a sympathy of one of these other plays that ran crazy. Who knows? But anyways, I use this and I'm constantly watching to see if there's a new stock moving up on this list. And you can have this as big as you want. I mean, you can really expand this on and on. But like I said, I usually only display like the 15 stocks at once. So, and then I'm just watching to see if they're moving up on the gainers list. The next tool that I use is called the Breakout Scanner. That's where I have it labeled. It's actually just called right here, Breakout Scanner. Right now it's completely blank because this scanner only works from 9:30 to 4. I don't know why they don't have it working from, pre-market and after hours. I didn't design the software. If somebody figures out, let me know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but this is going to tell me each time stock makes a new high, right? New high from the previous area. So if you've worked with like scanners like Trade Ideas, this is going to be like your Holly. The only difference is it doesn't have the voice over announcing the stock. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, Holly and Trade Ideas, then disregard all that and just learn this one then. But what it will look like, and I'm just going to bring a picture. Sorry, it's so small. It'll look like this when it's filled up, right? It'll have time, as you can see here. It'll have the symbol, the last price, and then the total volume. Just like every window in here, with the filters, and you can do the same thing with this. So we can go up here. We can, let me expand this. We can filter it out, current price and all that stuff. So that way, while stocks are making new highs, it's going to filter ranges that you like. And this is what I currently have set. So if you want to copy that, that's what I've been using for a long time. It works really good. Select markets, I have all that. Stock types, these are currently the ones that I have selected. So all that other stuff, warrants and whatnot, I'm not really using. And then I think we're good on all that. So, and then here are the style of breakouts. right? And these are going to be the color that they're going to be in. As you can see, new highs, new lows, price breakouts, volume breakout is going to be purple. Block trades are going to be there. I don't have any of these on. I don't use any of these. The only ones I use is day high and 52-week high. That's it, because I just want to find new highs. And basically what this is going to show is as a stock starts making a new high, we'll just use stock XYZ. Maybe it's at $3. All of a sudden it goes 301. It's going to hit the scanner. And it's going to say stock XYZ at time, blah, 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 301. And maybe the volume's at 1 million right now. And then all of a sudden it goes to 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, 307. And it's like ripping, right? It's running up there, rapidly. This whole screen will fill up with that stock. It'll be XYZ, 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 and so on, as far as you can expand this. So it's a great tool that I usually have it next to my top gainers list, where I'm just waiting for something to hit the scanner. So if there's nothing going on, and you're going to see ones and twosies here, you might see like Yell hit, then the next one TAOP, the next one RBT and AMSC. Like they're making a new high, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're ripping, right? You want to see this light up with their name. The good thing is majority of the time you should be watching the top gainer stocks anyways, so you'll see it coming up. But if there's nothing going on, this is a great tool just to watch, and then maybe there's something new. Remember when I was talking about the stock kind of climbing the gainers list? You'll start to see that same here. You'll see, okay, stock XYZ, okay, I see it hit 3-4 times. All of a sudden it disappears, and you're like, it's not doing anything. And then, an hour later, you start to see, oh man, that XYZ's getting picked up on another new high again. Okay, it's climbing up still. Okay, still not there. There's many ways to use it, but this is a great tool to use from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. And once again, you can go here and you can insert any type of stuff here. This is just currently what I use is time symbol, last, and total volume. I don't, like I said, set it up to however you want. From there, I do display this chart. And as you can see, I have like these little orange squares. This is how you link stuff. So on all your windows that you have open, I would link it. That way they communicate to each other, because once again, it's about being fast. And say a ticker comes out with good news, and I just want to see if it's moving up, or like if it looks good, if the chart looks good. I click on that and see how it's linked to my chart. It should work. There you go. So it works a lot faster. It's probably because my computer's lagging with this Zoom call. But anyways, you can quickly bring it up. I have it set on the 1 minute chart, and I have VWAP just set, just because I'm a big VWAP trader. So you got to link the stuff to communicate, and you can do that with anyone. So maybe I want to click on Yell. So it's like I said, it's all about speed. So by using this, I can quickly see the graph instead of going to my broker, typing in Yell, researching on that one. I can just kind of click through here and have this one little chart. I don't trade off this. I don't use any of this other stuff, just finding my place. That's literally it, and doing my research. So like I said, there's a bunch of other windows. You might find some of the stuff to work better for you. That's fine. But I just keep it super simple. I have my screen built in some way that all this stuff is displayed at once. And that's what I do. Now, I do stream this. I'm going to start trying to stream this more. So, if you want to potentially watch my screen with these scanners instead of paying for your own, that's fine. But just no promises on it. So, unfortunately, to be a successful day trader, you have to, it costs money to make money. And this is not something you want to cheap out on, because you probably see it all the time. I'm catching stuff left and right, and I'm usually the first one on it. And it's because I have a very good process with this. So, get it, try out the 7-day trial, try it out for a month, see if you like it, contact me, send me a DM, and ask me questions or where you're confused with it. But this is really what I do. And this is how I build my watch list. The watch list I send out each morning, I get all from here. I don't just copy these, because there's usually some up here that I don't like, or maybe, it's a buyout merger or something like that. So it's just stuck way up there or something. We're not going to trade those. The stock's not going to move. But I build that watch list all from this. And like I said, it goes all from discovery during the pre-market session. If you're waking up and you're trading at 9:30, you're not really going to discover it through here. You're just going to use this gainers list. You're going to see, okay, these ones are the top ones. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Oh, Alan put out, these ones he likes. Bam, bam, bam. And now it compares. And now once you start creating your own watch list that is kind of matching up to mine, not to toot my horn, but my watch list is usually pretty good, matches up to mine. Guess what? Now you're doing it on your own. So that means if I disappear tomorrow, you're going to be set. You got this process down. So that's about it. If you got any other questions, I can make another video on it or whatever. But I think that pretty much covers it all in my process. So I hope it helps. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day.